Good morning. It is June 25th, 2026, 6:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, jumping into our pre-market analysis here. So I'm going to start with the NASDAQ. Yesterday, we had this deep retrace. It looked like price was going to move more to the downside, but it stopped right here in the EQ, just like I mentioned in the video yesterday. It's like magic, right? So this was the candle that we were all looking at yesterday, and then this is what ended up happening right down into the EQ, right to $29,524 range, just like I said. Sometimes I feel like Chartadamus, but honestly, I'm just reading the price action. I'm just using the levels that I give you guys in the course. It's not that hard. Anybody can do this. So what happened afterwards is we had the 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nasdaq closed, and 6 p.m. it opens up, and we opened with a gap to the upside. So now it kind of just left everybody in limbo. Like, what is exactly happening? And the only thing that I can really see at the moment is we do have this gap. So price has gone back into the gap. It looks like it stopped just short of the mean line, I guess that we want to call this. Call it whatever you want, right in the middle there. Ironically, where does that line up with? The bottom of the level right here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a pin on that. So the price that I'm watching is the 30,241 to probably this right here. 30,336. If we get a close above that, so let's say opens, do a little pullback, maybe test the prior week low, and then pushes right through here. If we get a close above this, maybe do one of these and then continue on up, I would be looking for this as support. So if this acts as support, then I'd be looking for higher prices. Again, I'm looking at the yearly high. So price to eventually come up and make new yearly highs, and then this area right here would be an area of interest, about 31,200. And the EQ is really where I think price could go, and this is where we could find another reversal happening. So that would be my targets for the upside right now is about 31,720 to, well, let's see here. Well, I guess to the yearly high, so the 31,100. Now, if the opposite happens, instead, price maybe instead moves to the upside right away, finds this as resistance, and then continues to break down. Where do I see price going? If we move to the downside, well, the EQ here is going to be our big time support. So this is the area that I'm really paying attention to. And what I would be looking for is if price did fall through here and then maybe retested it. And if this acts as resistance at that point, then I'm thinking we're going to have more downside. And the downside targets would be somewhere around this area here. We have a gap. So I would say maybe in this area to around 28,500. Possibly all the way down to this EQ right here. I could even see price dropping as far as 27,300 area. So if that were to happen, obviously, everyone's going to call it a market crash, but in reality, this is price action. So these are the two scenarios. We do have PCE at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this morning. So look for some volatility. That will probably be used as a catalyst to push direction one way or the other. So that is something to pay attention to. Jumping into Biddy real quick. Yesterday I said we had no new news, but I would update you as soon as we do. And basically price was just chopping. So we were just doing this rangy stuff for quite a few days, and it did finally make a move. It broke to the downside. Now, what did it do when it moved to the downside? Is it found support right at the prior day low and moved back up into resistance. So right now we're at this resistance level. What I'm looking for is if price can break through the resistance and find support, flip this into support, and then continue to the upside. The other option would be price finds this as resistance and then continues more to the downside, and this is the EQ range that I'm looking for, and I already have this flagged. It's 56,642. All right, so that is Biddy, and looking at SpaceX. Now, here's what I'm looking at. Is so far the charts are saying that we're going to have more downside. So pre-market has actually moved up. So we're at about 158,000 pre-market. So we will see what happens. I mean, everything gapped up yesterday, right at the open. So with that gap up, uh, what I would anticipate is, well, what I would be watching for is price going to just bust through these levels right here, maybe come back, retest it as support and go? Or is it going to be the opposite? Are we going to move up? Everybody's going to think, hey, we're going higher, and then actually use this range here that I've already identified yesterday as resistance and then move to the downside and down here to this EQ, which I had already identified yesterday is around 121,600, or I'm sorry, $121.64. So these are my targets. For the upside target, I guess I really didn't give you one here. I would be looking for somewhere in this range right here. I think this would be a good area for a price to find some some type of resistance, which would be around $187 to 192. So that's what I have for SpaceX. All right, that is a wrap. I hope it helps. And if you're trading, good luck.